like a sacred rhythm. Fabi, ayyi, Rabbikuma, tukazziban, which means, then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? This very question is at the heart of our story today. Once, in a small, quiet village, there lived a pious man named Hamid. He was well-versed in his deen, humble in his character, but like all of us, he sometimes found himself lost in the worries of this world. One afternoon, as he walked through a vast desert valley, Hamid felt a heavy weight on his shoulders. With a heart full of sadness, he looked up at the sky and raised his hands in prayer. Ya Allah, he whispered, I am trying my very best. But life is becoming so difficult. Just then he noticed a wise old traveler resting in the shade of a palm tree. The traveler greeted him with a smile so warm it seemed to melt away some of his anxiety. As they began to talk, Hamid poured out his worries, hoping for some words of comfort, maybe some advice, or at least a little sympathy. But the old traveler didn't offer any of that. Instead, he asked Hamid a very strange question. My brother, he said softly, can you see the sky above you? Hamid, a little confused, blinked and replied. The traveler continued, and can you breathe the air around you without any effort? Yes, Hamid said. Hamid nodded slowly, wondering where this was going. The traveler smiled gently, and in a soft, melodious voice, he recited that powerful verse from Surah Ar-Rahman, Fabi, ayyi, Rabbikuma, tukazziban. The words echoed deep within Hamid's soul. The traveler went on, you have air to breathe, and water to drink. You have eyes to see the world, and ears to hear its sounds. You woke up this morning with the gift of life still in your body. You walk upon an earth that was created for you, under a sky that was raised high above you. The traveler then gave him a simple but profound example. Imagine, he said, if a kind man gives you a home to live in, food to eat, clothes to wear, and supports you in every way. Then, one day, he doesn't give you one small thing you wanted. Hamid shook his head firmly. No, of course not. Then, the traveler said, his eyes full of wisdom, remember Allah, when one difficulty comes your way, it does not erase the entire ocean of blessings that has already been poured upon you. And once more, he recited that divine question, Fabi, ayyi, alaa'i, Rabbikuma, tukazziban. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? Tears began to well up in Hamid's eyes. He looked around him, but this time he saw things differently. He saw the sun warming the valley. He felt the gentle breeze brushing through the palm leaves. He felt the solid ground beneath his feet. For the first time in months, he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude instead of a crushing burden. He bowed his head in humility and whispered, Ya Allah, I cannot deny your blessings, not a single one. I only beg for your patience and your guidance. The traveler placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. True peace, he said, comes when the heart remembers Allah's favors. Remember that even in hardship, there is a hidden mercy. When Hamid returned home that evening, the circumstances of his life hadn't changed. His crops were still dry, and his pockets were still light. But more importantly, the practice of gratitude had completely transformed his world from the inside out. In Surah Ar-Rahman, Allah the Almighty reminds both humans and jinn over and over again, Fabi, ayyi, Rabbikuma, tukazziban. This is not a question of accusation, it is a question of awakening. It is a loving reminder from our Creator. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to enlighten and inspire. Until next time, peace be with you.